Pokemon has been one of my favorite game franchises for many years now. A simple but yet complicated battle system for little animals that you get to trap forever and enslave. However, I think many people can agree that Pokemon, especially by today's standards, is just a little easy. So I took the first Pokemon game I ever played, Pokemon X, and I did one of the most basic well-known challenges with it, a Pokemon Nuzlocke. In a Nuzlocke, there are two basic rules. If a Pokemon faints, it's eliminated and cannot be used again. And I'm only allowed to catch the first wild Pokemon that I encounter on each route. I added an extra rule, which was that if I ever whited out in battle or lost all 6 Pokemon in one battle, then I'd lose the challenge instantly. You can add more rules, but these are the few I went with. I pulled up an old overlay I had, got an emulator, and launched the game. After listening to the professor's insanely long speech, I picked the girl player model, named her Serena after her canon name, and then we had another important decision ahead of us. What starter would we pick? For this run, I decided on Froakie, as a water type sounded pretty good to me. I named it Jessie after one of the viewers that was watching me. I did this live in my Discord, by the way. This is why you should join my Discord. After that, we had our first battle against Shauna. Shauna thankfully had Finnegan, which we had a huge type advantage over using Jessie, and won the battle easily. From there, I went to the next route and caught a Pidgey. Not the best Pokemon, but it's something. I kind of forgot to name it, so it's not named for now, it'll be named eventually. After that, I kind of ended up spending 45 minutes grinding on Route 2, not even meaning to spend that long grinding. Whoops. When I did encounter the first trainer, he was kind of a pushover as my Pokemon were really high level. Here, I made my way to Santalune Forest and proceeded to catch another Pokemon. Here's where I want to discuss something. If the Pokemon I catch doesn't have a significant impact on my playthrough of the game, I won't be discussing my catching of it. You can always look on the screen to see what Pokemon I currently have at a certain section of the game. Santalune Forest was kind of an easy pushover considering how high level I was, and it didn't take long before I was in Santalune City. From here, I did a little bit more grinding to evolve Jessie. The first gym was Bug, so I didn't really have an advantage, but at the same time I didn't have a disadvantage, and honestly, it was a heck of a lot easier than I remember it being, and I got a really easy bug badge. First badge down, 7 to go. From here, I obtained the XP share, which I would keep on for the remainder of the run. After that, I quickly finished up a route and made my way into Lumio City in order to see the professor. After a surprisingly difficult battle with the professor, I was able to beat his Pokemon, and then I was presented with another choice. I could get one of the 3 Kanto starters. I chose Bulbasaur, which, looking back on it, wasn't a great choice, but definitely made the playthrough way more interesting. I named the Bulbasaur Danny Matty after one of my close friends. I then traveled down the next route, which was pretty quick and simple, entering Campfire Town, if that's how you even say the town's name. There was a Snorlax blocking my path, so I had to go find a Pokeflute in order to wake it up and get it to move. Along the way, Danny Matty evolved, and the Pidgey I forgot to name evolved. Don't worry, I'll be renaming it soon. I then proceeded to get the Pokeflute, and on my way back, I caught an Esper. I named the Esper Lancaster, as it would become a huge addition to our team. Then I proceeded to change the Pidgeotto's name to Jess RH after one of my good friends. I fought the Snorlax, slowly getting its health further and further down into catching range, and I managed to catch it. I named Snorlax Lawson, as it would become a pretty good addition to the team as well. Then I headed along the next route. I had to go help the scientist in the Glittering Cave, as apparently a group of cosplayers were harassing him, but he didn't even know who they were, so... I then proceeded along the way to Ciliage City in order to fight the second gym. Grant, the second gym leader, was no pushover. Let me show you.
Yeah, Grant might heal if you don't do anything to him now.
Nope, another rock team.
Nope, a rock team.
Low roll, okay.
Taking a gamble here.
And it worked!
Oh, 5! You are just in time.
Let's go!
5!
Yes!
Wow.
Thankfully, Jessie held on, and we got our second badge. And that was it for the first day. The next day, I played around with some Pokemon and me, got bored of it, and then decided to do some super training. I eventually got bored of it and decided to actually make some progress down the next route. And then I finally reached Geosinge Town. After reaching Geosinge Town, I did some grinding and actually got Jessie to evolve into Greninja. After that, I did a little bit more super training in order to power up some more Pokemon. I then had to fight Corona, or however you say her name. Her and Lucario were no match for Lancaster, and I kind of swept her team. I headed down the next route, doing some more prep work, continuing. Then I entered Reflection Cave. Things were looking pretty good so far. Matty even evolved while in Reflection Cave. But then, we ran into this wild Wobbuffet. I couldn't run from the wild Wobbuffet because it had Shadow Tag, and I couldn't switch out my Pokemon for a type advantage. But that wasn't it. I couldn't just kill it because Wobbuffet used Destiny Bond, a move that takes down the opponent whenever it dies. Thankfully, Destiny Bond only has 5 PP, and if the Pokemon tries to attack after using Destiny Bond no longer works. I stalled it out for all of its Destiny Bond usages, and then killed it, surviving. And it's funny, because I actually had to do multiple more of these fights. But I got out the cave and entered Triller City. I headed to the Mega Evolution Tower and fought my rival to see which one of us would get the Mega Evolution abilities. I beat him with ease as I could counter all of his Pokemon. From there, I then went to challenge the 3rd gym, Corna. Jess and Lancaster kind of sweeped their team, and I got the Knuckle Badge very easily. 3 down, 5 to go. I then proceeded to go get my Mega Ring, and it's a Lucario and Lucario battle. I know if I lose this fight I won't white out, but I know that if I don't win this fight, then I can't use Lucario. I Mega Evolve Lucario, as you're basically supposed to, and hit the opposing one with a ton of force. But it came back hard.
Oh, wait. If they... Okay, no, they...
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
You got this, right? The speed does not go in their favor. Yeah, you won.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Okay.
Thankfully, I still came out on top. I took the Lucario with me, naming it Dry Figs. I taught Surf to Jessie so that I could proceed along the next route. The next route was very quick and simple. Jess evolved in the next route too, into her final evolution. I then did some more super training before the 4th gym. I then had to fight my rival once more, Callum, but he had the exact same Pokemon and it was another cakewalk. I then went up to challenge the 4th gym, which I absolutely destroyed with Jess. And we got our 4th badge, the Plant Badge. 4 down, 4 to go. After the 4th gym badge, I headed to the next route in the Lumiose Badlands. I caught myself a Trapinch while I was there, which was a ground type I'd need in the next gym. I named it Christine because that's also one of my friends and she wanted to be named it. And then the cosplayers were messing with the power this time, something about one of their events. I don't know, I want to go stop them so that the city could get the rest of its power back. Afterwards, I met this creepy old dude just walking off in the distance. We had a few close calls in the Electro Gym, such as Lawson getting down in the red HP, but it was fine, I managed to restore him. And against the gym leader, we only had one thing that could have gone horribly wrong.
Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me.
Oh, yes! Thankfully, Christine hung in there, and we got the Volt Badge. 5 badges down, 3 to go. I then took some time to go customize my character, getting her hair redone, which I think looked very nice. And then I bought some horrible looking clothes, but they were the best clothes I could get out of all the shops I'd unlocked up to that point. Upon heading to the next route, my rival wanted to battle again. He had the exact same team, still absolutely easy. From there, I went to the spooky house, listened to this man's super scary story, and he still wanted me to tip him. I gave him 100 for his effort. Then I made it to Lavray City. From there, I did a little bit more super training to train up. Had one close call in the fairy type gym.
I mean, I guess it's like backwards expectations. You expect players to be the dumbest people you can.
Thankfully, we survived, and I took on the gym leader. She was kind of a cakewalk, so that was a really quick 6th badge. 6 badges down, 2 to go. Before I could leave, though, the cosplayers were stirring up trouble at the Pokeball factory. Something about them wanting to get Pokeballs to sell or something or another. I don't know. I went and stopped them. I got a Master Ball and a Big Nugget as my rewards. So I'd say it was pretty worth it. I then did more super training before moving on. From there, I moved to Route 15, where nothing really interesting happened. After Route 15, I made it to Dindamili Town, I think is how you say that. Then I did some backtracking through Route 16 to get some higher levels, and connected the path to Lumiose City. I entered the Frost Cavern because there was an extreme snowstorm going on. Turns out the cosplayers were trying to get snow for their event. I have no idea why they didn't just go buy fake snow though. Maybe because I crushed their Pokeball money-making plan, but I put a stop to it anyways. Then we made it to Route 17, which was just riding a Mamoswine for a little bit. I made it to Anastar City, which actually had a new dressing place, so I got new clothes that actually matched and looked pretty good if I could say so myself. My rival wanted to battle me again in front of the gym. Although he had a new extra Pokemon, it still was no match for my team. I then went and took on the Psychic Leader Olympia, and although Lawson had a bit of trouble taking down her Slowking, in the end, Lawson still persevered. And we got our 7th badge. 7 down, 1 to go. Before I could get my 8th gym badge, Lysander said he was the leader of the cosplayers and that they were having their major event or something. And so I figured I should go put a stop to that before I focus on the rest of my journey. I made my way to Lysander's labs, where Lysander was awaiting me. He challenged me to a battle, however I made very quick work of his team. From there, I also made quick work of the rest of the cosplayers inside of the lab. I had to fight one of the higher level cosplayers, whose name I can't even pronounce. His team gave me a little bit of trouble, but I managed to stall out his team with Leech Seed, and won the battle without trouble. From there, he made me push a button. I pushed the blue button, which was the correct choice, but they decided they were going to launch their huge cosplaying event anyways. The preparations were made, and they were fixing to launch their event. I headed down to their secret HQ in order to stop them. They had a legendary Pokemon held hostage there, and in order to free that legendary Pokemon, I had to fight Lysander once more. I once again made quick work of his team. From there, I battled a whole bunch of the cosplayers on my way down to save the legendary Pokemon. I opened the door to the vault chamber with the legendary Pokemon inside, and I awoke the legendary Pokemon. The legendary Pokemon challenged me to a battle after it had awoken. However, I was not messing around. I threw my Master Ball, caught it instantly. I named Xerneas Christopher after myself because, hey, I had worked this long. Give me at least a little bit of the spotlight now. That sounds really egotistical. Lysander, in his last-ditch effort to save all the cosplayers of mankind, he fought me once more. Although his team was a bit more challenging this time, they posed no threat with Christopher now on my team. From there, the cosplayers' plans were destroyed. After stopping their event, an old dude talked about an old fairy tale of some sort. I have no idea what's wrong with him, but oh well, on to the 8th gym. After stopping the cosplayers, I headed to Route 18. Nothing too interesting happened. I had to make a stop at Corway Town between the 7th and 8th gym. The professor wanted a rematch with the evolved forms of the Kanto starters. However, I'm just a little bit more powerful this time, and he was kind of a cakewalk. From there, I made my way to Route 19. Nothing too interesting happened other than we had to fight Shauna, Tierno, and Trevor, which this will be the last time we were seeing them. From there, I made my way into Snowbell City. Had to go through the winding woods to find the 8th gym leader. After finding the 8th gym leader in the Pokemon village, I told him to return to his gym so that I could fight him. I went back to the gym and initiated the fight with him. With Dry Figs being Mega Evolved, this gym was a piece of cake, and that was the 8th gym badge. We had gotten all 8 badges. From there, I headed to Route 21 in order to get to Victory Road. Along the way, I had to take a few detours to get a few TMs that I may need. I then went up to the Victory Road gate, and I did not realize the guy was going to fight me whenever he checked my badges. Thankfully, he was very simple, and he let me pass through. On to Victory Road. I finally put a timer up on the screen. I know, it took me long enough. Victory Road was kind of long and boring, so I'll show a few of the highlights, but then we're jumping straight to the Pokemon League. Not even 5 minutes after entering Victory Road, we had a disaster. Take a look.
I didn't.
Why did you even say it? Because now it sounds more so.
Well, what are you talking about?
Oh my.
Lo, your bird died! Your bird's dead!
So, yeah. Jess fainted, meaning she's dead and can't be used anymore. This was bad, really bad. But the run must continue, and thus we pushed forward. I put Jess away in the box and reset up my party. Returning back to Victory Road, Callum wanted to fight me. I don't know why, he thinks he can still beat me. I absolutely swept his team, and he realized that he can't beat me. Then, we made it to the Pokemon League, and after a little bit more grinding to make sure I was high enough level, I entered the league. Once I entered, there would be no returning. And now, here we are, the strongest trainers. I started with Malva, the Fire-type Elite Four member. I knew that using Jessie here would be easy, and I was right. 1 down, 3 to go. Next, I decided to do the one I was the most scared of, Wickstrom, the Steel-type Elite Four member. Although he was a bit tough, I taught Snorlax Fire Blast, and he was able to completely destroy his team. 2 down, 2 to go. Next, I went against Drazana, the Dragon-type Elite Four member. I simply used Christopher and his move Moon Blast in order to absolutely dominate her entire team. 3 down, 1 to go. I then went against Cybold, the Water-type Elite Four member. Using Maddie while he was Mega Evolved absolutely made this entire section so easy. And with that, all 4 Elite Four members were complete. I made my way to the champion and said hello to Diantha. Diantha opens up with Hawlucha. I no longer had Jess to deal with Hawluchas, so I sent in Lancaster. I knew this Hawlucha had a move that could do serious damage to Lancaster, and later in the battle I was right. Lancaster, however, tanked it like a boss and ended up surviving to finish the Hawlucha off. Next she sent a Gortagast in, which I sent Christopher in to quickly finish off. After that she sent Tyrantrum in. I used Jessie, and Jessie one-shot it. From there she sent in her Grudra, which once again I used Christopher's overpowered Moonblast move to one-shot. Then I Mega Evolved Lucario against her next Pokemon, Auroras, for 4 times damage, absolutely destroying it. Now her final Pokemon, Gardevoir, was sent in. She Mega Evolved it, as it's scripted to. I had kept Dry Figs in, knowing that Dry Figs could take some extreme damage. He dealt extreme damage, but ended up taking a big amount of damage. However, Figs pulled through, finishing the fight. I I then became champion and was entered to the Hall of Fame with my amazing team. Oh my god. 24 hours later. Can we talk about the fact the story of this game is that his Pokemon was straight up killed during a war? Like, this Nuzlocke was me, my Pokemon could be killed. And we had one sacrifice, which was Jess. She died. So that this moment could happen. It wasn't even a sacrificial play. She died so this moment could happen. Subscribe.
Wow.
And QA credits.
Do what the man says and subscribe. This video took so much time to make, and I sincerely thank you for watching it. I had to cut down over 24 hours of footage for this video, and I really hope you did enjoy it. It's my first time doing something like this, and if you want to see more, let me know in the comments down below what type of stuff you'd want to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I had a ton of fun making this. Remember to join my Discord so you can be part of events like this, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye for now, my friends.